Hello everyone, and thank you so much for sparing your precious time in these last critical days for this webinar. And I assure all of you that you will gain something very insightful from this, and which will help you in these last 30 days that are remaining for your exam, and it will give you a final push. I know that everyone, there are so many DMs in my Telegram and my Instagram regarding sir how to revise and how to prepare, and you are feeling anxious, you are not able to maintain your mental calmness, and you have done so much hard work, but it is you are thinking that it will all go waste and your GT score and all. I have read all your questions and I will try to cover everything. And in the end, if you have any other doubts, then you can definitely ask me. Uh, Obviously, everyone, you might you all of you will be knowing me, so no need to introduce myself again. What all we will be covering in this basic, we are focusing this webinar on INICET. Okay, so what all is asked in an INICET, how differently you can revise for INICET, what are the tweaks at this last moment that you can do, which can maintain and provide you the boost, and how to maintain the mental well-being that most of you ignore. I see most of the students, they ignore this part, but this is also very important. And another important part is the exam day. So no matter how you prepared in the entire year or in the last month or in the last 10 days, but that is the most crucial part. So we will discuss all of this. So let's begin with this. So all of you know that there are 200 MCQs, right? And you have 3 hours. And in INICET, in 45 minutes, you have to answer 50 questions. Okay. So see, in INICET, basically, you have to attempt maximum number of questions that you can. Because if you will be attempting less number of questions, then you will not be allowing your subconscious mind to think and to recall the stuff that you have somehow studied or you have somehow experienced or you have seen in your practical postings and all. So all of those come inside your mind on the final day when you are appearing for the exam, when you are attempting a question. So let be free of your mind and think that जो भी मेरे को याद आएगा, whatever I will remember, I will mark that और वो सही होगा. You have to have that confidence कि I have prepared for these 5.5 years, and at least last 1 year or 6 months I have prepared well. So whatever my instinct will come, you will definitely mark that. And in that, the people say to me, obviously, if you have confusion between two options, then you have to mark. But even I suggest, even if you have confusion between three options, only one you are able to eliminate. Just think about those three options that, okay, I feel that this might be correct. So just go for it, because you never know, if you attempt less and after going to exam, you आफ्टर गोइंग फ्रॉम एग्जाम यू रियलाइज कि अरे ये मार्क कर देता या फिर कर देती. देखो वो भी होगा आपके साथ कि आप नेगेटिव मार्क करोगे एंड यू विल रिग्रेट इट. बट डेफिनेटली अगर आप सोच में रहोगे, जैसे मेरे काफी सारे फ्रेंड्स थे, उन्होंने अटेम्प्ट ही लेस रखा. तो अगर आप अटेम्प्ट ही लेस रखोगे तो यू नेवर नो कि फाइनल एग्जाम के दिन आपका कैसा लक है, आपका कैसा वो है. तो यू हैव टू हैव दैट पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट इज वेरी वेरी नेसेसरी while attempting the paper. So in the last few days, there are many things going on in your life, and you attempt so many GTs, you give so many tests, you solve so many questions. So in all this clutter, what happens is that you forget what are actually the high yield topics. Your mind is so confused and all. So I constantly list those high yield topics on my Telegram channel also, and you should make your own list also while solving the questions, especially the PYQs. What are the high yielding points that you think are high yielding and are also confusing, or you make incorrect questions in them? So you have to highlight those particular topics first of all, and those will be your high yield topics. Well, I do not suggest that pick up any high yield topic list, because for everyone, see, high yield basically means that it is going to be asked in exams. But in exam, if 120 topics or 200 topics are high yield, in 100 you might be well aware कि हाँ ये तो मेरे को आता है. So you don't have to waste much time in that. But जो high yield topic है, which are constantly asked, और जो आपके एग्जाम में इनकरेक्ट हो रहे हैं, जीटीज में इनकरेक्ट हो रहे हैं, या फिर यू आर हैविंग कंफ्यूजन इन दैट, यू शुड वर्क ऑन दैट, ऑन देम स्पेशली. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव फर्दर. एंड सो इन INICT or in NEET, in both the exams, I think that obviously second year subjects, pharmacology, pathology, microbiology, biochemistry, obs and gynae, okay, these all are important, and surgery, pediatrics, and in medicine, only the core subjects, core topics like ECG or acid based disorders, these are only important. So if you master these subjects na in exam, when you will go, you will find ki matlab I am in a very good space and I am able to answer maximum questions, because maximum questions will be from these subjects. और जो दूसरे सब्जेक्ट से आ रहे हैं, like anatomy is also high yield in INICT, but actually the problem with anatomy is that in INICT they ask so random questions that no one will be able to answer, and some questions will be like that all will be able to answer. So that will not make much of the difference. Okay, so basically even like not listing these subjects and this all things are secondary. The primary thing that you have to do is utilize your previous year questions. See, in a particular subject there are certain number of questions that has been asked, and those are definitely important, no matter which subject, or like focusing on particular subjects is good, but the topics those have been asked for, even from the minor subjects or even the subjects that I have not listed in the above list, those are also very important. So you will get to know about them when you solve the previous year questions, and especially in these last 30 days, definitely you have to solve all the INICT questions, all the AIMS questions that are available, and I have listed them very beautifully topic wise in each subject. You just simply have to go into my Telegram channel and type the subject that you want to study, and you will get all the topics and how many questions have been asked regarding that topic. And the topic which you feel that you are weak in, first try solving those things, and then come to the topics that you think, okay, I am comfortable with these. If you have time, then solve those. But getting a rank and getting a good rank and getting a rank is different. If you constantly solve the questions, okay, and you don't see what are your weak areas and what are the topics that you are getting wrong and which topics you are weak in, and you solve more number of questions in that, then only your rank will increase. It's not like that कि आप रोज रैंडम क्वेश्चंस सॉल्व कर रहे हो और कहीं से भी उठा के किसी भी सब्जेक्ट का कुछ भी सॉल्व कर रहे हो, तो उससे कभी रैंक इंप्रूव नहीं होगा, वो आपको डिसेंट स्कोर तक ले आएगा। बट अगर आपको इंप्रूव करना है तो फिर आपको टॉपिक्स देखने पड़ेंगे जो आपके वीक हैं। जैसे मेरा पर्टिकुलरली सीएनएस वीक था, ठीक है, सीएनएस वीक था, सीवीएस थोड़ा सा वीक था। सो आई यूज टू सॉल्व दोज पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक्स ओनली, और उसमें भी अगर मेरे को ईसीजी डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, या फिर मेरे को न्यूरल ट्रैक्ट पाथवेज डिफिकल्ट लग रहे हैं, या फिर मेरे को एनाटॉमी में ब्रेन का मैं लोकेट नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, एनाटॉमिकल ऑर्गन्स कौन कौन से हैं, वो पार्ट डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, so you have to focus on those areas, because the topics that you know na, you will be able to do the questions right from that. But the topics which you are confused and which you are underconfident or you get wrong, when that will come in exam, that will create extra panic for you कि यार ये तो मेरे को आता ही नहीं है, या फिर ये तो मेरे को आता ही नहीं है। So you have to focus, now is the time to focus on them, because जितना आपको आपने जो टॉपिक्स अच्छे से पढ़े हैं वो आपको आज भी आते हैं, वो 30 days बाद भी आपको अच्छे से आते होंगे, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है। बट जिनमें आप आज भी वीक हो, डेफिनेटली दे आर गना ट्रबल यू इन द एग्जाम। एंड डोंट जस्ट पिक रैंडम टॉपिक्स, व्हाट आई हैव सजेस्टेड अबव, pick the topics only from the PYQs that I have listed in my Telegram channel also. So use that as your guide and not anything random. Now in these last few days, okay, मतलब you might not know कि मेरा क्या डिफिकल्ट, मेरा क्या वीक है, क्या मेरा स्ट्रॉन्ग पार्ट है, मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा। तो एक तो क्वेश्चंस करने से सबसे बेस्ट आपको पता चलेगा। दूसरा चीज, आप जब भी कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, ठीक है, वेन एवर यू आर रिकॉलिंग समथिंग और वेन एवर यू आर रीडिंग समथिंग, ट्राई टू आस्क इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स। आपको कुछ डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, जस्ट एक बार अपने फ्रेंड से पूछ के देखो, तो अगर उसको आता होगा तो आपको लगेगा कि अरे यार ये तो उसको आता है और मेरे को नहीं आता, तो आपको उससे भी ज्यादा याद करने का उस पर रहेगा कि हाँ अब तो ये मेरे को आना ही चाहिए। और आप जब अपने फ्रेंड को बताओगे कोई आपको डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, तो आपको भी डेफिनेटली आएगा। और अगर आपका कोई फ्रेंड नहीं है तो यू कैन यूज मिरर एज योर फ्रेंड। और मैं भी यही करता था, कोई टॉपिक मेरे को डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, जैसे एंटी फंगल्स में पढ़ा आज मेरे को और उसमें पाथवे डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है कि यार क्या पाथवे था, सो आई विल जस्ट सिट डाउन और रिकॉल इन माई माइंड, और जस्ट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मिरर आई विल टेल इट टू मी ओनली कि हाँ भाई इसमें बस ये वाला पार्ट है विच आई कंफ्यूज, कि ये वाली ड्रग इस वाले पाथवे पे एक्ट करती है, यहाँ पे एक्ट करती है, दैट आई कंफ्यूज, अदर थिंग्स आई रिमेंबर। सो यू हैव टू एग्जैक्टली रिकॉल इन योर माइंड और टॉक टू योर सेल्फ इन योर मिरर कि इस टॉपिक में से आपको क्या चीज कंफ्यूज करती है, या फिर व्हाट यू थिंक यू कैन गो रॉन्ग इन द एग्जाम। because identifying those things in these last 30 days is most important. And आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट मतलब दिस हैपेंड विद मी, और मैंने लास्ट महीना ऐसे ही करा था. और व्हेन आई वेंट टू इनटू एग्जाम ना, सो मेनी थिंग्स वर देयर कि हाँ ये तो मैं भूला था और इसको मैंने फिर ऐसे रिकॉल करा था. आई फोकस्ड ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इन दिस टॉपिक एंड दिस थिंग केम. सो दैट विल गिव यू मच मोर सेटिस्फैक्शन एंड मच मोर कॉन्फिडेंस इवन while attempting the exam. And definitely I matlab always tell you that use flashcards and mnemonics for revisions. I will also show you some of the very beautiful things that I did, which helped me to maximize during the last days of the exam. So, see, what I used to do was, like I was telling you, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. है ना. सो व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग यू कि सपोज यू आर स्टडिंग एंटी रिदमिक्स, ठीक है, आप वो पढ़ रहे हो. अब आपको 1A के अंदर पता है कि can we just mute this thing whenever anyone is joining, it is again and again popping on my screen and interrupting. So whenever you are solving like anti-arrhythmics, you are solving, okay. So you are studying that and you have solved questions regarding that. And in that, in 1A quinidine and procainamide are there, but sometimes you forget ki disopyramide is also there, so you just write that particular thing, okay. So this is the most important thing that I am telling you regarding this webinar, and this will definitely help you. And please message me after the exam whether this helped you or not. ठीक है, तो आप जो भी टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हो आपको उसको कंप्लीटली नहीं पढ़ना, बस उसको सिर्फ एक बार यू हैव टू जस्ट फ्लिप योर आईज थ्रू इट. और आपको अपने आप ही, आपने एक दो बार तो ऑब्वियसली पढ़ रखा होगा, एटलीस्ट आई थिंक कि आपने एक बार तो अच्छे से पढ़ रखा होगा. तो योर ब्रेन विल नो कि आपने पढ़ के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रखे हैं कि यार मेरे को इस वाले टॉपिक में दिक्कत आई थी, या फिर ये वाला पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट मेरा इसमें गलत हुआ था. सो फ्रॉम द एंटायर एंटी एरिथमिक्स आइडेंटिफाइड कि 1A में से मेरे को डाइसोपेरामाइड भूलता है, 1B में से मेरे को टोकेनामाइड और मेक्सिलेटिन ये दोनों आते हैं, ये भूलते हैं, और 1C में से प्रोपाफिनॉन है. बाकी जो 1B में लिग्नोकेन है, फेनिटोइन है, वो हमेशा याद रहेगा. ठीक है, 1C में फ्लेकेनाइड है, वो हमेशा याद रहेगा. बट ये वाले ड्रग्स मेरे को भूलते हैं, एंड दिस इज आस्क कि आपको आ जाएगा सिंपली कि 1C के अंदर कौन सी ड्रग्स हैं या फिर 1A के अंदर कौन सी ड्रग्स हैं. सो यू हैव टू रिकॉल दैट एंड यू डोंट हैव टू कंफ्यूज बिटवीन दैट. So what this will do, if you will revise this particular thing in your last days, so you will avoid that confusion. मतलब that is the main game changer और main rank deciding thing कि जो जितना ज्यादा कंफ्यूज होता है एग्जाम के दिन, उसका उतना ज्यादा कम होता जाता है चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग अ गुड रैंक. और जो जितना ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट रहेगा उसके वीक टॉपिक्स के बारे में और उसको जो कंफ्यूजिंग स्टफ लग रहा है, तो यू विल बी वेरी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. एंड दिस विल ऑल्सो हेल्प यू इन एलिमिनेटिंग द ऑप्शंस. सपोज कोई और ड्रग आ गई बट आपको पता है कि हाँ ये तो मेरे को अच्छे से पता है, सो यू कैन इजीली एलिमिनेट दैट. ठीक है. और जैसे अब मेरे को थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता था कि ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस, तो मैं कई बार कंफ्यूज कर जाता कि मैट के अंदर कौन सी ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस है, या पीएसवीटी में, या फिर वेंट्रिकुलर फिब्रिलेशन के अंदर स्टेबल पेशेंट है तो क्या है, ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस है तो क्या है. सो आई जस्ट रोट दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग कि हाँ भाई मेरे को एंटी एरिथमिक्स में से बाकी सब मेरे को आता है, मैंने 2-3 बार पढ़ा हुआ है, तो मेरे को बाकी सारी चीजें अच्छी है, मैंने क्वेश्चंस भी सॉल्व करे हुए हैं. सो यू विल योर सेल्फ आइडेंटिफाई एंड यू हैव टू राइट दीज, मतलब इन योर ओन हैंड राइटिंग. ये मैटर नहीं करता, इसको सुंदर से लिखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. ऑल्दो आई मेड सम ब्यूटीफुल फ्लैश कार्ड ऑल्सो, बट इफ यू हैव लेस टाइम देन यू कैन जस्ट स्क्रिबल एंड जस्ट राइट. बिकॉज लाइक मतलब आई सी पीपल जस्ट रैंडमली स्क्रिबलिंग इन टू अ नोटबुक, दैट इज ऑल्सो राइट, बट दैट इज वेन यू हैव मच टाइम बिफोर द एग्जाम. बट दिस थिंग ना, दिस थिंग विल हेल्प यू. एंड इन द एंटायर डे यू विल एनालाइज कि आज आपने सपोज एक सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा कोई सा भी, ठीक है, या 2 सब्जेक्ट आपने पढ़े, उसमें से आपने क्वेश्चंस करे, और हर में से आपने ऐसे छोटा छोटा सा ऐसे फ्लैश कार्ड्स के फॉर्म में जो भी आपको हाई यील्ड लग रहा है वो आपने 1-1 पॉइंट के फॉर्म में उसको उतार लिया. अब बिफोर गोइंग टू स्लीप या फिर इन बिटवीन व्हेन यू गो फॉर लंच, ठीक है, लंच से पहले गए आपने, तब तक सपोज 3 या 4 ऐसे छोटे छोटे से फ्लैश कार्ड बनाए. जस्ट सी और वॉल, जस्ट रिवाइज देम कि हाँ ये है ये है ये. यू जस्ट हैव टू लुक इट एट इट, बिकॉज आपने अभी लिखा है, आपको उसको पढ़ने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. जस्ट लुक एट इट और वो आपके अपने आप ही सबकॉन्शियस माइंड के अंदर अपने आप ही फीड हो जाएगा. एंड बिफोर गोइंग टू नाइट, सपोज यू हैव 5 to 6 फ्लैश कार्ड्स, जस्ट सोने जाने से पहले एक बार उसको देख लो कि हाँ बस ये है आज की मेरी ये लर्निंग से. और अब जो फाइनल 30 डेज में जो आप लर्निंग लेके जाओगे ना, दैट इज द मोस्ट एसेंशियल. तो आप अगर रोज 5 to 6 ऐसे छोटे छोटे फ्लैश कार्ड्स के फॉर्म में सपोज हर फ्लैश कार्ड पे आप 10 पॉइंट्स भी लिखते हो, ठीक है, या फिर 5 to 10 पॉइंट्स भी लिखते हो, सो यू विल हैव सो मेनी पॉइंट्स की जिसमें आप कंफ्यूज थे, या फिर जो आपको एग्जाम के अंदर विच कैन हेल्प यू अवॉइड कंफ्यूजन एंड गिव यू कॉन्फिडेंस एट द लास्ट मोमेंट कि हाँ मेरे को अब ये चीज आती है और मैंने ये चीज करी थी और मेरे को इसमें कंफ्यूजन था, लेकिन देखो आज मैंने वो लिखा था तो मेरे को वो चीज आई वॉज एबल टू आंसर। और जैसे कोई ब्रॉड टॉपिक है उसके बारे में आप कंफ्यूज हो, जैसे मेरे को बड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता था कि ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस रूमेटॉइड अर्थराइटिस में कौन से जॉइंट्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, कौन से स्पेयर्ड हैं, but this thing I used to do earlier, मतलब like before you can say before 30 days when were left, I used to do these things कि पूरा एक टॉपिक को ही मैं ऐसे क्रिस्प फॉर्म के अंदर लिख लूं so that I can just see it और मेरे को उसको याद करने का भी एफर्ट ना लगे। बिकॉज जो दिक्कत आती है वो क्या है कि मतलब when you put efforts ना कि यार बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट लग रहा है कि यार याद नहीं हो रहा, याद नहीं हो रहा, so the most simple thing is just think about it and write it down। मतलब जितना छोटा, जितना शॉर्ट फॉर्म में, जितना कंसाइज, जितना वन वर्ड के फॉर्म में आप लिख सको कि हाँ बस मेरे को इसमें ये याद रखना है, तो दैट विल बी द मोस्ट एसेंशियल थिंग एंड मोस्ट क्रूशियल थिंग। ठीक है, तो बस आपको बस इतना सा मैंने लिख लिया था कि हाँ इसमें क्या क्या, और उसमें भी आप हाईलाइट कर लो कि हाँ बस मैंने इतना सा देखा। अब 2 मिनट का काम है सिर्फ, ओए में एमसीपी रिस्ट, ठीक है, और आरए में डीआईपी स्पेयर हो जाएगा, और इसमें डीआईपी और फर्स्ट मेटाकार्पो इन्वॉल्व होएगा, इसमें एमसीपी होएगा, बस इतना सा देखा एंड यू आर गुड टू गो। अब आप फाइनल डे ऑफ एग्जाम में भी आप यू विल नॉट कंफ्यूज इन दिस, आपको याद रहेगा कि हाँ भाई मेरे इतना छोटा सा था, इस पर मैंने बस ये 2 पॉइंट पढ़े थे, तो अब वो 2 पॉइंट करना तो याद कर रखना तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। ठीक है, दैट तो यू हैव टू डू, सो दैट विल हेल्प यू अलॉट। और आप क्या कर सकते हो, यू कैन मेक योर ओन निमोनिक्स, लाइक आई टोल्ड यू ना कि आप थोड़े थोड़े से खुद के निमोनिक्स भी आप बना सकते हो। ठीक है, जैसे आपको कुछ वैल्यूज याद करने में दिक्कत हो रही है, या फिर कोई और टॉपिक है जिसमें कुछ ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस याद करने में दिक्कत हो रही है, या फिर मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन याद करने में दिक्कत हो रही है, सो दीज स्मॉल थिंग्स यू विल थिंक दैट कि यार ये तो मेरा टाइम लग रहा है और इतने में तो मैं 10 टॉपिक पढ़ लेता जितनी देर में मैं एक टॉपिक पढ़ रहा हूँ। बट द थिंग इज दैट कि आप वो 8 टॉपिक, जो 10 में से 8 टॉपिक आप सोच रहे हो, उसको आप पढ़ भी लोगे तब भी आप उसके क्वेश्चन सही करोगे, और आप थोड़ा उसको फटाफट से भी देख लोगे तब भी आप उसका क्वेश्चन सही करोगे। बट वो जो 2 टॉपिक है उसको यू हैव टू मास्टर देम कि हाँ इसमें मेरे को दिक्कत है, अभी तक भी दिक्कत है, एग्जाम में भी दिक्कत आएगी, सो आई हैव टू डू दिस राइट। आई एम अगेन एंड अगेन रिपीटिंग एंड हाईलाइटिंग दिस थिंग बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल इग्नोर दिस थिंग, एंड देन फाइनल डे पे उनको हमेशा, किसी का भी ये नहीं रहता कि यार मैंने बहुत कम पढ़ाई करी थी इसलिए नहीं हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ। सबका ये रहता है कि यार मैं तो पढ़ा था फिर भी नहीं हुआ, मतलब obviously तो that is the most disastrous thing that you do to yourself, so you can, this is a very beautiful way to avoid those disasters and to gain confidence। तो आप जैसे अब मेरे को याद करने में दिक्कत है, now I will never forget BER। ठीक है, मैं आपको एक बार बताता हूँ, just see after, even after 2 to 3 months someone will ask, you will remember। ओके, सो जस्ट रिमेंबर कि 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 एंड 12, ठीक है, रिमेंबर दीज नंबर्स। अब सी कम, सो सी कम में क्या करते हैं, वी सी द थिंग्स। ठीक है, सो जस्ट वी सी द थिंग्स विद 2 eyes, सो इट इज सिंपल कि बी आर ऑफ सी कम इज 2। स्टमक में क्या आ रहा है लास्ट में, स्टमक 4, ठीक है, 4 मीन्स 4, सो स्टमक का बी आर 4 है। फिर सिग्मोइड यू कैन राइट एज सिग्मोइड, सो इट इज 6। हीलियम स्टार्ट्स विद 8, सो इट इज 8। जेजुनम में 2 J आ रहे हैं, सो इट इज 1, 1, 11। एंड डुओडेनम, डुओ मीन्स 2, सो 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 की जगह 11 आया वहां पर, फिर 12 आ गया, सो डुओडेनम विल बी 12। तो in this manner, even in exam day, anything will come, you will able to quickly recall it, and you will be able to do it right, and that will give you confidence to even do those questions that you feel under confident about। क्योंकि आपको कॉन्फिडेंस आने लगेगा कि हाँ यार मेरे को तो आता है, तो मेरे को इसको, और आपका दिमाग जो है वो आपको पुश करेगा। मतलब आप हमेशा, एक पॉजिटिव फीडबैक लूप होता है, एक नेगेटिव फीडबैक लूप होता है। आपको एग्जाम में कभी भी ये लगेगा कि यार ये चीजें मेरे को नहीं आ रही, या फिर मैंने पढ़ा था फिर भी मैं भूल गया, सो वो चीज आपको आगे वाले क्वेश्चन में भी अनॉय करेगी। बट अगर आपको किसी क्वेश्चन में ऐसा हो जाएगी यार इसका तो मैंने ये छोटा सा ट्रिक बनाया था, इसको तो मैंने इधर लिखा था और वो मेरे को याद आ गया, वो एग्जाम में आ गया, तो जो हैप्पीनेस आपको मिलेगी ना, वो आपको दूसरे क्वेश्चन जो आपने नहीं भी ठीक से पढ़े होंगे, यू विल फाइंड कि आप उनको भी ठीक कर दोगे कुछ ना कुछ लॉजिक लगा के, बिकॉज आपका ब्रेन उस वक्त फिर बहुत तेजी से काम करने लगता है कि अब वो और भी सोचने लगता है कि हाँ अब और कैसे बेटर कर सकते हैं, और कैसे बेटर कर सकते हैं, सो यू विल रियलाइज दैट। ठीक है, और दूसरी चीज में जो आपको बता रहा था, तो एक तो आप जैसे नोट से कोई भी टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हो, सो यू हैव टू जस्ट राइट इट इन दिस फॉर्म। ठीक है, आपने कोई निमोनिक का देखा तो यू हैव टू राइट इन दिस फॉर्म। अब पूरे दिन भर में अब मैक्सिमम टाइम जो है वो आपका जाना चाहिए टुवर्ड सॉल्विंग पीवाईक्यूज एंड रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली एनालाइजिंग द थिंग्स। ठीक है, रादर देन प्रोस्पेक्टिवली रीडिंग योर नोट्स, यू हैव टू नाउ रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली डू द थिंग्स। ठीक है, तो आप जैसे कोई भी टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हो, है ना, और उसका आप सीधे जाके क्वेश्चंस करो। अब मतलब आपने एक दो बार उसको पढ़ रखा है, ऐसा नहीं कि आपने बिल्कुल भी नहीं पढ़ रखा। अगर कोई ऐसा टॉपिक है जो बिल्कुल भी नहीं पढ़ रखा, उसका कुछ फटाफट से आरआर से कुछ आपने टॉपिक पढ़ लिया या फिर बीटीआर से पढ़ लिया, उसके बाद जस्ट गो एंड सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है। अब क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के बाद आप एनालाइज करना कि हाँ मैं बस इस वाले क्वेश्चन के अंदर मेरे को इतनी सी चीज बस पता होती है, मतलब लाइक दैट वन थिंग इफ आई न्यू आई वुड बी एबल टू आंसर दैट करेक्टली, ठीक है। और आईएनआईसीटी में ऐसे भी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जिनका नोट्स के अंदर कहीं दूर दूर तक भी नहीं है, कोई रैंडमली जीन पूछ लिया फिर वो कर लिया। तो आपको उसके लिए भी बस वरी नहीं करना है बिल्कुल भी कि यार आईएनआईसीटी में तो इतने बड़े बड़े क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और पता नहीं क्या क्या पूछ लेते हैं ये लोग। सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट दैट। यू जस्ट सिंपली राइट दैट इन वन वर्ड इन योर नोट्स, ठीक है। जैसे जेएमई का जीन पूछा हुआ था कि घबरावन होता है, ठीक है। जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस, जस्ट राइट इट डाउन, ठीक है। आपको उसको एफर्ट नहीं करना, ये नहीं सोचना और कौन सा जीन आ जाएगा। बस जितना उस क्वेश्चन में पूछा है ऐसे क्वेश्चंस के अंदर उतना बस उसका क्वेश्चन और आंसर उठाओ और जस्ट राइट इट डाउन। बिकॉज इट हैपेंड विद मी इन दिस INICET ऑल्सो। आई रोट these kind of things from the PYQs only, and they were मतलब they were directly asked in the exam. सपोज अभी कोई और क्वेश्चन आया, ठीक है, उसमें किसी और चीज का जीन पूछा और उसके अंदर ऑप्शन में घबरावन है, सो यू विल बी एबल टू इजीली एलिमिनेट किया चलो इसका ये घबरावन तो नहीं होगा। एंड द थिंग इज कि जो चार ऑप्शन आते हैं उसमें से काफी फ्रिक्वेंटली ऐसा होता है कि नेक्स्ट एग्जाम के अंदर उन चारों में से कोई ना कोई ऑप्शन उठ के आ जाता है। सो यू आर एलिमिनेटिंग थिंग ना, दैट विल प्ले द मोस्ट क्रूशियल पार्ट इन द एग्जाम। और वो एलिमिनेशन ऐसे ही होता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको बिना पढ़े आप एलिमिनेट कर दोगे, डायरेक्टली एजुकेटेड गैसेस हो जाते हैं। यू नो समथिंग, यू बिल्ड अपॉन इट while reading the question, while reading the options, and then you finalize your answer कि हाँ मतलब आप ऐसे ऐसे जब धीरे धीरे क्लू ऐसे करके पहुंचोगे, यू विल ऑल्सो फील इंटरेस्टेड। आप जब क्वेश्चंस नॉर्मली डे पे भी ऐसे सॉल्व करोगे ना, तो आपको मजा आएगा पढ़ने में भी, ठीक है। यू हैव टू मेक स्टडिंग एंड सॉल्विंग पेपर्स एंड दोज इंटरेस्टिंग। आप डरने की बजाय आपको और एक्साइटमेंट होगा कि चलो आज देखते हैं कि मतलब मेरे पास इतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन है और मैं इससे इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर निकाल सकता हूँ क्या। सो मैं जब भी जीटी देता था या कोई टीएनडी वगैरह देता था, मैं हमेशा ही देखता था कि मेरे पास इतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन है, अब इससे मेरे को इसका आंसर निकालना है। सो हाउ कैन आई डू दैट, ठीक है। मेरा हमेशा फोकस कभी भी ये नहीं होता था कि यार ये मेरे को आता नहीं है या फिर ये मेरे को आना चाहिए। हमेशा ये होता था कि जितना है उसमें से कैसे निकाल सकते हैं, एक ऑप्शन से, दो ऑप्शन से, क्वेश्चन में से कुछ करके, हल्का सा ट्वीक करके। और वो आप जब करोगे ना, तो यू विल फील गुड कि चलो भाई मेरे को लिमिटेड इन्फॉर्मेशन से भी आता है, तो ब्रेन पे भी ओवरलोड नहीं होगा और वो हमेशा आपको मोटिवेट करेगा, ठीक है। तो ये एक चीज है। अब सिंपली सपोज आपको एक क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़नी है।
Hi Akhil, sorry to stop you in between. Can we do this?
अच्छा
Can we cover
क्वेश्चंस,
that part again in English? Hey, can we cover?
व्हिच पार्ट? हेलो, हेलो, एम आई ऑडिबल? हेलो,
Yes, yes, yes. You are. You are audible. Just
व्हिच
want you to cover that part in English. The
व्हिच
last
व्हिच
part,
पार्ट?
the one you are explaining right now.
ओके, दैट क्वेश्चन थिंग।
I think that yes, the
Okay, okay,
question
okay.
thing.
So, okay. So I was just explaining that whenever you solve the questions now, actually the thing is कि I am more fluent and I am able to more express in Hindi. So please tell me in between, है ना? So what happens when you solve the questions, ठीक है? When you pick up a Marrow or any source for doing PYQs, ठीक है? You are using any source, that will not matter, ठीक है? You can even do flashcards of the previous year questions as told by me in the group through Neuroflip, and also that doesn't matter. But the takeaway point from every question na, that you have to remember. And when you will remember that, and when you will apply it in a different question, like I will tell you कि like this was the question, a child teaches to toy with both hands at 4 months, that is the bite express grip. So what happened, matlab during the GTs I was solving one question and in that something else was given. सो आई जस्ट डिड्यूस दैट कि हाँ बोथ हैंड से बायडेक्स्ट्रस ग्रिप 4 months पे आता है, तो मेरे को ये चीज बस याद है, मतलब आई रिमेंबर जस्ट दिस थिंग। सो आई वाज एबल टू एलिमिनेट दिस 4 months। देन आई वाज एबल टू थिंक दे कि बायडेक्स्ट्रस अभी है, मतलब चाइल्ड इज होल्डिंग विद 2 hands राइट नाउ, सो ही विल होल्ड विद 1 hand अ लिटिल बिट लेटर। So I didn't remember that ki exactly which month is there, but the options were like that ki 2, 3, 4, 6. So I just thought, okay, ki unidextrous grip will come at 6 months. So like that, if you will remember one thing, na, that will not only help you to answer that particular thing, but in another question also, that will help you to eliminate the other options and answer specifically the thing that you matlab, that you don't know, that is correct. But after the exam you will realize ki, okay, I used my brain in this and this went correct, and that will give you so much happiness ki, okay, I had limited information but I knew it well, so I was able to deduce the options and answer it well in the final day of my exam. So the kind of happiness that will it will give you, na, that will motivate you to apply your logics and improve your recall stuff, and even solve the questions that you are not able to recall in the exam. This happened with me actually. There were so many questions in which I thought ki I knew less about it, very less about it. I just knew about one question, one option in that. But somehow it came to my mind ki, okay, this is also not possible. This have occurred before. I studied this there. So you have to use all your brains. You have to just keep your mind and brain open while attempting the paper. Just after seeing the question or seeing the options, don't think that you have not studied the question or you have not studied the option, so you will not be able to answer. That's not at all true. You will definitely be able to answer. In fact, some questions come which I have studied well, but I mark them incorrect. So that will also happen. But in those questions, you don't have to worry about that because you will definitely know that after the exam. So no worry about that. And these questions also you will know after the exam. Ki, oh, I got it correct. So every time I used to attempt a GT or TND, so I used to do these things and just analyze ki, okay, I had this information and I was able to do it correctly. So whenever the next similar question comes, I will apply the same logic. I will use the same logics. The people say like GT score is stuck and we are not able to rule out options and how to do these things. So I am basically today not just guiding you, matlab ki what all you have to do. Okay, what to everybody knows, but how to do this many people don't know. So I am here to guide you that ki how you can do exactly do it. You will find so many things ki this all you can do, this all you can do, but this is the exact thing that I am telling you that I also did, and I found it very very useful, and I told it to some people and they also found that very very useful during the revisions and during attempting papers. So I think that this will definitely gonna be helping you. Okay, now the last part, okay, like you are studying any classification or you are studying some order wise question, okay, you have to remember a particular order. So like ASA classification or CHAD S2S or any other score for that matter. Okay. So never ever try to memorize the entire score. Okay. कभी भी don't जो भी classification score होते हैं सर्जरी के अंदर there are so many in anesthesia also there are so many. Just don't try to memorize them. Okay. Just identify a single word in the entire sentence. Like in ASA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have to just identify and memorize a single sentence. And in that also, like you logically know that first will be normal, second will be mild, but third you think that it should be moderate, mild, moderate, severe hona chahiye. But here the twist is that third is severe, ASA 3 is severe. So you have to focus and highlight on that part. Okay, just circle it with red or just to write it with red. Okay, whatever thing that you find na ki it is not fitting into the logic, and if you just remember that, then your logic will fit. So you have to remember in that way. So like ASA 3, if I remember that it is severe, so definitely my mind will tell you, okay, one is normal, two is mild. That means there is no moderate, there is directly severe. Then there is severe plus threat to life. That will logically come. Ki severe tha, then it will be severe plus threat to life. Then it will be moribund, then declared brain dead. So in the entire ASA classification, I just remembered ki क्लास 3 में क्या है. ठीक है, क्लास 3 इज सिवियर, दैट्स व्हाट आई रिमेंबर. एंड बाकी सब will automatically fall in order and you don't have to pay attention because many times it happens कि आप पूरा याद करने जाते हो and you are not able to remember anything, but when you will logically remember you will be able to better answer it. Okay, that's the main aim of a MCQ exam. That's the main difference between a MCQ exam and a subjective exam. You don't have to study like subjective exam कि मेरे को तो ये पूरा लिख के आना है. No, you don't have to write it complete. You just have to remember single thing or two things. Like I will tell you also, you have studied AQI classification, right? Air quality index. So in that, what you need to remember कि 0 to 50 होता है, then 50 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400. In that, just remember 100 to 200 में क्या है, कौन सी quality है, and above 500 is severe. ठीक है, so just if you remember these two things, then you can easily put fit कि पहले good होगा, फिर poor, then very poor. So like it that it will go. So you need not remember. You just remember one or two things in the entire table or entire classification. Like in staging of tumors also this is correct. I just remembered the staging of tumor which has been asked before. Okay. because this has been asked before. I just remember that. Then even if a different question is asked, I know that कि हाँ T3 में तो ये था, तो फिर ठीक है, अगर उसने इस बार T2 पूछा, so it will be one step earlier. आई डोंट रिमेंबर दैट एट ऑल, मेरे को बिल्कुल भी याद नहीं है एग्जाम में, आई डोंट रिमेंबर कि T2 में क्या था, बट आई वॉज एबल टू स्टिल आंसर बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर्ड वेरी वेरी, मतलब विद माई फुल ब्रेन, विद माई फुल माइंड, आई रिमेंबर्ड कि T3 में क्या था. सो दैट विल हेल्प मी कि T2 में क्या था, देन दैट विल हेल्प मी T1 में क्या था, देन दैट विल हेल्प मी T4 में क्या था. सो आई जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग which has been asked before, and the chances that it will be asked as it is more. And even if it is not asked, I will be able to answer it some or other way. So that's what, these are the tricks that you need to master at this level or at this stage of your preparation, because these will only help you during your final exam. And see, whatever you have studied in the entire year or entire last month, those all things will faint away. All, you will just remember these simple things na, that you have did in your preparation, or you have made some mnemonic, or you just found a easier way to remember, or just you just remembered it. All of this will come on the exam day and will help you a lot. Okay. And like, whenever you are confused between a order, do definitely write it. That like I was confused in the Mac order. Okay. So I just wrote Mac का क्या order होता है. So that was N2O, then DISO, then CIVO, then ISO, ठीक है, then halothane. So N2O का maximum होता है, that I know. Then you have to remember कि des fluorine होता है. Then des is ending with ES. है ना, des is ending with ES, so next will be sevoflurane. Just remember it like that. ठीक है. Then it has started with S and ended with O, so next will be ISO, isoflurane. Then will come halothane. Now just remember the MAC order, and definitely all of you might be knowing कि जो diffusion वाला होता है, that is related to MAC, and उसका फिर आपको reverse करना होता है. ठीक है, potency और MAC का आपको थोड़ा सा उसका सिस्टम उल्टा चलता है. फिर उसके बाद अब ये था बेसिक, जो मेन एजेंडा ऑफ द सेमिनार था अपना, कि कैसे रिवाइज करें, बिकॉज दिस वाज द मोस्ट frequent question that is asked to me, and I am not able to tell it through a call or that, but here I was able to demonstrate it to you. So I hope you found it useful, and you will be utilizing it, and you should utilize it in the last few days of your exams, and definitely tell me how it helped you after the exam. Okay. Now, just talking about the general things, but don't ignore the general aspects of the preparation. Okay, studying and all, content and all, that is different. And motivating yourself and structuring your entire day well, that is very very important. Okay, so you have to just now start your day. I prefer to rise up early, है ना, and then start my day. It will depend on your situation, whatever you like. Just at least have now 2 hour sessions. Okay, not less than that. At least have 2 hour sessions. Okay, just take short breaks. In short breaks, please don't use your phones for scrolling reels. Just check your WhatsApp messages. Just now it's the time. No need to tell you. Just delete your Instagram or any other social media that you are using. Just delete that, because no better option than deleting. Matlab, you will not be able to resist that. In these last few days, actually we are so much anxious and all, कि we need something which should give us dopamine, because everything is frustrating us. But if you will use that easy source na, that will make a trap around you, and you will fall into that, and you will not be able to then फिर आपको, you will not enjoy studying. ठीक है, पढ़ाई में आपको तभी मजा आएगा when you complete the entire subject, or when you complete the entire topic as a whole while sitting, and then after that you realize कि okay, I have completed it, then that will give you satisfaction. The difference is this only: while scrolling reels you will get instant satisfaction or instant gratification, but while studying you have to put efforts, but that gratification will be much more. Please, matlab, be assured about that, that gratification is much more. And after your entire day na, at night you should feel that you have done your best, you have done what you have planned today. So the thing that will motivate you the next day, the thing that will motivate you the next to next day, and in these last 30 days, because even if you miss a single day, then that will add to your burden. Okay, so I will tell you, okay, this happens, we are anxious, and we need some time, we need some fun activities. So what I used to do, I just used to do some stretching or some yoga or some meditation in the morning or before sleeping at night. Just try this thing from today. At night before going to sleep, just sit for 5 minutes and analyze yourself. कि okay what all you have done in your entire day, ठीक है, you know your best, मतलब even if your mom or father will scold you, you will not be able to study, है ना? You are the best motivator of yourself and you are best analyzer of yourself. So just analyze yourself, that because that is very very crucial. When you will analyze, then only you will be able to improve. Otherwise what will happen, you spend today's day, then next day the same thing will be happening. The next day you will again fall into the same trap कि चलो आज भी थोड़ा सा time waste कर लेते हैं. So that should not happen. Once you will analyze, you will realize कि analyzing is the best source of motivation, of improvement and of motivation. Okay, so definitely you should do these things, and while studying you can just stretch a bit and just relax, and just I used to have just a speaker besides me. I used to just play songs in between 15-minute break and just enjoyed listening to that and just danced on that or thing. Okay, so that these things help a lot. And if you are thinking कि मेरे से तो नहीं हो पा रहा है, then just switch your phone off or do it on airplane mode, ठीक है? Keep distance from your phone, and you can use apps like YPT. I used YPT app. I have heard Forest is also good. So that can, if you think you need some extra motivation or external source motivation, then you can use these things, because you will see the people are studying and using these apps and they are studying so many sessions. So it will also make you feel कि हाँ, I should also study these things. And one good thing if you are staying with your family is that कि just uh, hold accountable to your family. Okay, just ask them ki I am sleeping at this time and you wake me up at that time. So what will happen at night time, sometimes when I was alone, I used to scroll the phone, I used to watch reels. So at night I spent 2 to 3 hours in that, and then in the next morning I used to feel tired and I used to wake late. So what I used to do, I just informed my sister or my mother that you have to wake me at 6:30 anyhow. So if I go to bed at 11:30, then at least I will be slept by 12 कि यार सुबह फिर 6:30 बजे उठा देंगे और मेरे को अपनी नींद पूरी करनी है. I have to complete my sleep before a mom wakes me up. So you will then also realize कि हाँ यार कि चलो if you have some external thing like that, like mom or sister, then that's also good for waking you up and all. And at this last moment, whatever you have done, RR, BTR or main notes you have highlighted, you have to just focus on them. Okay, just you have to do them. You have to now also, when you are solving question, just highlight the things in them, okay? Nothing else you have to do. I will share some screenshots with you on the group, like I suggested in one of my YouTube video how to annotate your notes. So a person sent me that how beautifully he has annotated his notes using what I told. So now his revision has become so much easier. मतलब he told कि now मतलब it's so easy for me just to look at notes and know what are my weak points, what I have to read. So I just spend 1 minute on one page, and then I am confident कि हाँ बाकी everything else I know, I just need to focus on this. So that gives you much more motivation and much more enthusiasm to cover the subjects, to study well and all those things. Okay, and please attempt GTs now. है ना, every at least fifth to sixth day or seventh day you have to attempt GTs now. ठीक है, you have to give INI mock, that is on Marrow or any other platform that you are using. You have to study those flashcards. Actually, I do not recommend making 20th copy or that in the last few days. 20th copy is this only. But in when you are writing in copy now, what happens is that the main thing that I analyzed, I also made a 20th copy, but I was never able to revise that. Okay, I just made that, I just wrote points in that, I used to elaborate topics in that, but I never used to study that. So the technique that I told you before now, that was the main thing. If you will do it in that way now, well, you don't need to make a separate copy for that. Every day you have something and you just paste it in front of your wall or somewhere. So you will definitely find कि 20th copy वो आपकी बंद रह जाएगी, and it will take extra time. You will think कि आज तो मेरे को वापस आधा घंटा एक्स्ट्रा निकालना है. Today I have to spend half an hour extra for 20th notebook. Oh, मेरा तो इतना सारा cover नहीं हुआ. But if something is there on your wall of the entire day, then no need to spend extra time also. मतलब it's a waste. 20th copy you will not open, you will not see, but this thing you will see and you will find that it is very very useful in the last day of your exams. Okay, and like I told you, see, preparation for exam is different, and taking burden and then taking so much back pressure regarding other things. That's what make preparation difficult. I don't think ki preparation or studies are that difficult, but the mental baggage you have, or some matlab previous some are dropper, many of you might be droppers, so the extra baggage that you carry na towards the exam or in the time of preparation, that annoys you. Everybody wants to clear the exam, but while sitting you are thinking कि मेरा होगा कि नहीं होगा, what I will do in the exam अभी तो मैंने सब सही से पढ़ा है, क्या एग्जाम के दिन मैं सही से कर पाऊंगा या नहीं कर पाऊंगा. सो ये सब थॉट्स आपके दिमाग में डेफिनेटली आएंगे. बट इफ यू फॉलो योर मतलब सिंपल, कि आपने जो आज कंटेंट कवर किया आप उतना बस उतने पे फोकस करो. आपको ज्यादा चीजें सोचने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. जब भी आपके ऐसे थॉट्स दिमाग में आए, जस्ट सिट एंड लिसन टू अ गुड सॉन्ग. ठीक है, जस्ट सिट एंड रीड द फ्लैश कार्ड दैट यू हैव पेस्टेड, कि देखो मैंने तो कितना सारा, आई हैव सो ब्यूटीफुली समराइज दिस. एंड वेन एवर आई यूज टू सी दीज ना, आई ऑल्सो फेल्ट हैप्पी कि चलो भाई मैंने तो इतना बड़ा टॉपिक था उसको इतना छोटा सा कर लिया, एंड नाउ आई एम इजीली एबल टू यूटिलाइज दैट. ओके, so this was all from my side. Actually, I tried to cover the most important part that I wanted to cover in detail, and other aspects I just covered it briefly. So if you have any other query regarding anything, then I will answer it in more detail now.
Akhil, we have couple of questions in chat box. So
Yeah.
let's stop sharing and then you will able to see all these
Yeah.
questions one by one and
Acha,
read.
acha. Okay.
Okay, let's start with what Bharti have to ask. I know Bharti, you have been raising your hand for a while now.
Okay. So
Okay, Ahar,
uh,
if you want, you can unmute yourself or even you can ask. But I know you have how to plan last 10 days of
okay.
what to revise.
So I have answered this. Choti copy should be made subject wise. Or see, if you have made choti copy till now, then it's fine. But in these last 30 days, na, if you will make choti copy, then you will have to spend half an hour or 1 hour extra daily. But the method that I told you, ki just annotate the things that you don't know separately, matlab, while studying only. So that will not take extra time, and in revising that also will not take extra time. And those will be the main key areas that you need to focus. So you saw that you covered your weak areas in a manner that you didn't waste time. You didn't waste time even in revising. So what's beautiful than that? And what all tags to select while doing daily. So I will recommend now that you have to solve 50 to 100 questions of mixed bag daily. Okay. Just make aims, only aims or aims and need both tags. 50 to 100 questions of all 19 subjects, and simultaneously the subject that you have planned in these last few days. Okay. NEET PYQs. See, doing NEET PYQs, all of you know that in NEET also now so many clinical questions are asked, and so many questions even harder than INICT, some questions are asked in it. So it's not at all the same that you need not do NEET PYQs. If you are preparing for NEET and INI both, I will recommend that do INI and NEET both PYQ till 15 days are left for your exam, and in the last 15 days just do INI PYQs. Okay, because NEET is also coming in another month. So what will happen is that in NEET so many questions have been asked, and most of you must be targeting NEET only. If you're only targeting INI, then only from now select INI PYQs. But if you're targeting NEET also, in next 15 days solve both, then 15 days INI, then after that when you have 1 month left for NEET, then only NEET. Okay.
Okay, there are a couple of
Thank
questions
you so much,
regarding
Tamashna.
similar a similar question on how to plan last 10 days or how what to revise
Huh.
on last 10 days.
Okay. So, see, in the last 10 days, what I told you, see, it will depend on person to person. If some of you have done BTR or RR, for them, I have told ki you have to now solve the question. Matlab, you have been solving questions, and I was regularly telling in Telegram group to highlight these things and how to make flashcards and all. So you have in the last 10 days of the exam, you need not study the notes completely. That's not at all necessary. Okay, you have to just see the highlighted portions of your notes. And what will be those highlighted portions? The questions that will be asked in NEET, in AIMS, or the topics those are confusing to you. You just need to cover these three things. Okay, nothing else. Matlab, you don't need to cover anything extra. मतलब उसका तो सवाल ही नहीं है. Don't cover anything extra. You have to just focus on these three things. Okay, AIMS question, NEET question, and the confusing things to you in the notes that you will feel you will do wrong. Just like this only, just write that particular confusing point, that in the entire topic you have this particular confusing point. Like in gender disorders, I used to face confusion, so I have posted a very short table of Klinefelter, Swires, and phi alpha reductase deficiency. What feature? Matlab just one, 2 points you need to remember, and you will be able to answer any question from that topic. At least 95% questions you will be able to answer, even though that is a very, very difficult topic. Another thing that I will tell you what you can do for your weak topics is that you can simply open Marrow app uh, in your tab or thing. So in those pearls are there. Okay. So how to utilize pearls? This is also many people have asked me. So utilizing pearls is also a very matlab, you have to just open the pearls. Okay, like in uh, is my screen visible?
No.
Okay. Just a sec. Ah. So, few more things that I will tell you in detail, and that will help you. Like in the pearls, how to utilize them. Just like in anatomy, you go to the topics. Okay, just scroll through the topics. See, okay, upper limb nerve injuries, homologous structure. Like I used to find it confusing. Homologous structure in male and female genitalia. I used to find it confusing. So I just open that in my free time of the day. Like you have after lunch or after dinner, you can do that, or whenever you are tired, you just simply sit and open the pearls and just solve the questions. Okay, the questions that are below na related MCQ 6 that you are able to see, just solve those things, because that will contain the NEET, the AIMS question, and some extra questions also. So you will have a good, very good hold over this particular pearl, and then read the pearl quickly, and you will be able to do that. Because the difficult thing with pearl is that if you read it completely now, you will not be able to filter out, and you will feel a bit overwhelming. But when you will solve the below questions and then you will see the pearl, you will remember it better, and you will know what exactly I have to remember from this part. So like for the only for the difficult topics, so I just star marked those difficult topics that I had. Embryological derivatives of the I used to face difficulty. Now it is very difficult to remember this entire table, but when you will solve these four MCQs that are related, now you will have an idea ki ha, this is asked more, this is not asked. So in my difficult topic, which I find difficult, this is the thing. Even if I remember this, and I am telling you, even if you remember the answers of these four questions, there are 75% chances that you will be able to answer the any question that is asked from embryological derivatives of the eye in your exam also. So that's how it works. You have to analyze the things that you have to remember. Now is the time to selectively remember the things and not remember all the things. Okay, so like in every subject I used to do that. So like in gynae also I told you. So that's how it works. Okay, so you have to follow these things. Actually the time is less, so I will not be able to tell you. Okay, like this is complete androgen insensitive Mullerian. So I studied this table, then I solved the related MCQ, and then I wrote 2 3 points. Those were confusing to me. That's it. So that will give you a boost in all. You have to do these in weak topics. Just scroll and see which topics are weak, and just you can do this thing. One more thing that I got question ki you are facing difficulty in time management in INICET and all. So if you are facing that difficulty, then you can use pre-PG app is there. So there is daily test there. Okay, you don't need to memorize things from there, or you don't need to bother ki you are not getting correct. It's just about in the final exam day na, you should have the confidence ki whatever I knew, I did it well, and I was able to complete the paper. Because I am telling you, in last May I matlab I had this difficulty, because in 45 minutes to answer 50 questions while you are sitting at home, it seems easy. But when you are in examination hall, and please remember these the recall questions that you get here na, those are in that many lines which are not of use, they are eliminated. But in exam you will have to eliminate those yourself. So you will find difficulty in like there are 4 sets, you will definitely find difficulty in completing 2 sets. I also face the same thing. So you will find difficulty in completing two sets because it's not like 180 minutes, 200 questions. It's 45 minutes, 50 questions. And in a particular set, all those 50 questions are lengthy, clinical. So what you will be, matlab, there after coming home, you will say कि I left five questions just because I was not able to read it. क्या पता आपके वो सारे सही हो जाते हैं, and five questions is way too much. Even one or two questions matter. For me, even one question mattered, and matlab, the ranks get drastically shifted. Okay, so you have to analyze this thing. You have to complete the entire paper, and for that you have to now regularly solve questions in a timed manner. If even if you're solving custom module of 50 questions, solve it in a timed manner. Try to complete that as early as possible while giving GT, and you can do daily test from the pre-PG app if you are facing difficulty in time management. So all these things will also help. Any other doubts?
Sir, hello.
Yes, Akhil, there is one question. Yes,
Hello.
Bharti, please unmute yourself and ask the
हाँ
question.
सर एक्चुअली
Ahan also.
आई वांट टू
इसके बाद
आस्क
आप
सर
unmute
कि
कर
सर एक्चुअली मेडिसिन एंड पैथ मेरा पूरा कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है सर, सिस्टमिक पैथ और मेडिसिन। तो उसके लिए सर अगर मैं खाली आईएनआईसीटी देना है मुझे, नीट नहीं देना है, तो सर आईएनआईसीटी के पीवाईक्यू करने से हो जाएगा ना सर बस?
No, actually, the thing is, INICT के PYQ करने से हो जाएगा. The topics, if you will solve systemic path topics from the INICT, all those topics have been asked. But you have to, मतलब weak है, see, weak is different thing, and you have not studied is different thing. So weak thing, you can solve the questions, whatever source you have, na,
हाँ
whatever
बीटीएस
source you have, BTI,
बीटीएस
you have done BTI, na, just see that. मतलब you don't need to now bother कि ये मेरा weak है तो मेरे को इसमें, you don't need to bother. You just solve questions and just highlight that thing in your notes which you are finding difficult. Okay, so just highlight those parts and just revise those things. You can leave the rest and see in BTR already. Ma'am has cut short the things that are unnecessary. Okay, so at least I will tell you that you have to do that, but well, it's not that key systemic path is not asked. It
हाँ
is
हाँ
definitely important, and systemic path is something which is integrated with systemic medicine, and it will be asked. So it will not be right if I tell you कि ये तो important नहीं है. It is
नहीं सर
important, but
बट
at the cost of anything else, you don't have to cover that.
हाँ
Understanding?
नो सर आई एम आस्किंग कि नीट के पीवाईक्यूज करने हैं क्या सर ये सब्जेक्ट्स के, पैथ मेडिसिन ये सब के सर,
No.
नीट के?
See, नीट के पीवाईक्यूज आपने जितने कर रखे हैं उतना ठीक है. If you are only targeting INI,
हाँ
I am again repeating, then from now only solve AIMS PYQ. Okay. If
ओके
you are
सर
targeting both AIMS and INI, because it happened with me during the last May INI that I had very less time between earlier our NEET was in June. Okay. So I had very less time, and in that last month, what happened? There were so many PYQs of NEET, I was not able to cover them. And NEET was also my, matlab, everybody's main focus is NEET because there are maximum chances that you will get a desired college in NEET, okay, rather than INI. If you are targeting especially radio or medicine, that is very, very difficult to get in INI. You have to be in top 50 or top 100 for that. So no one thinks of that before giving exam, है ना? So for safe option, and it's not bad also. मतलब it will not hurt you in any way. If the thing is that you have not solved INI PYQs, मतलब in your entire preparation you have not solved INI PYQs, then you can only solve INI PYQs. But I think that you must be solving INI and NEET PYQs regularly in your schedule. So just maintain that. And in the last 20 days or 15 to 20 days, just solve INI PYQs.
और सर ये दो सब्जेक्ट के सर कस्टम मॉड्यूल बना के करने से ज्यादा बेहतर रहेगा ना सर, इन कंपैरिजन टू द ओनली क्यू बैंक के जो लास्ट में पीवाईक्यू मॉड्यूल्स है, उससे करने से बेहतर रहेगा कस्टम मॉड्यूल करना, राइट सर?
See, in custom module, I have told you, you just go in my Telegram group, just search the subject that you are studying. Okay. You will get the entire list of topics and the amount of questions, like 30 questions from these topics,
हाँ
35 questions from these topics. So the topic, whichever you find difficult, okay, just first attempt those. Just click on the link, that I have posted, you will be directed to Marrow, to the questions that have been asked from that particular topic in AIMS, and just solve those things. And if you have time left, then you can solve the topics which you are confident about. And if you have less time, just solve. Like I told you, in medicine, I was facing difficulty in CVS, CNS. Okay, so I just solved those questions from the AIMS and NEET, and I solved other questions also, but matlab, I just solve them quickly, and even if something is left from that, then it doesn't matter. But the topics that you are weak, just try to solve them, so that will give you boost ki you know the things.
और सर
Uh,
रिवीजन के लिए सर अभी मैं
Bharti,
सर
Sir, may I speak?
Bharti,
लास्ट क्वेश्चन
Excuse me.
yeah, Bharti, please, I have to admit, because there are a couple of people in the Q&A
ओके
also have to ask that question, please.
Good
You
evening, sir.
can come back to
Excuse me.
Akhil. Just a minute, you all can speak, ask your question. I just have one thing to say. We are already ahead of time, so please give chance to everyone to ask the question. And at the same time, if you all want to have your personal doubts or questions with Akhil, Akhil is available for mentorship, so you can book his 15 or 20-minute session personally and ask your personal doubts there. So that will give you an ample amount of time only to focus on you. Right now, we just have to give everyone chance to ask their question. Ahan is
Akhil sir,
waiting for a very
Akhil
long
sir,
time and
just
last
one very
30 days.
small question. I don't have much large question, just small question.
yeah.
Yes.
सर जो आपने अभी तरीका बताया एक्टिव रिकॉल का, सर अगर अभी हम आज से एनआईसीटी की डेट देखें तो सर फिर भी टाइम हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए सिर्फ एक दिन बचा है, तो सर वो उसके लिए टाइम इनफ अभी है क्या?
नहीं, तो एक्टिव रिकॉल का एक्चुअली जो मैंने तरीका बताया वो मैंने यही बताया, यू विल नॉट वेस्ट टाइम, लाइक यू आर सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस और यू आर रिवाइजिंग योर नोट्स. जस्ट यू हैव टू राइट वन, how much time it takes. You are studying and just you write one point ki you are not able to remember mechanism of action of an antibiotic like cefuroxime, you forget, or any other antibiotic, suppose you forget the mechanism of action. Okay, antifungals you just forget lanostirol, जो था उसका क्या mechanism of action था, वो कौन से epoxidase को inhibit करती है. That just write that word, because see, time is time is never a constraint. Okay, in last 30 days also, if you don't know something and you just flip through that quickly, and that same thing will come in exam, then there is no matlab utilization of covering the entire subjects na. Even if you are not able to answer things which you have covered, okay, you have studied that in your notes, in your PYQs, and you are not able to answer that in the final exam, then what's the point of studying? Understanding?
राइट सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
Rajnali
Sir, I have a
or
last
Ahan?
question.
Yes.
Excuse
Yes.
me.
Acha,
Sir,
please go ahead.
reviewing my last 25 GTs, the wrong one and skip one, and preparing my those shorty copy or those flashcards from that, will it help or not?
See, I intend to cover that GT part also. So you have to just see the incorrect ones, okay, or and the skipped ones, and now there is even not the time to see the guessed correct ones. Okay, you can skip that guessed correct ones, thinking that okay, you will be able to answer that in exam. Just see the 50 to 60 incorrects that you have got. Out of that, 15 questions will be like that. कि just write a single word about that. ठीक है कि मतलब they will be random questions which are not in your notes and which you have not heard. Just write one point regarding that and skip that. And the things, the topic that you face difficulty, like suppose you are facing difficulty in gender disorders, or you are facing difficulty in glycogen storage disorder or lysosomal storage disorder. ठीक है, if you are getting a question wrong from lysosomal storage disorder or glycosomal storage disorder, glycogen storage disorders, or as a broad topic which is every year asked in every INI, it is asked, then to you need to ring an alarm and you need to stop there and you need to revise from your notes. Okay, otherwise there is no need.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you so
Rajnali,
much.
Good
please,
evening,
please,
sir.
yes, Ahan, yes, please. आप चले जाओ. Rajnali, you can go after this.
जी
Ahan, आप
सर,
करो.
या गुड इवनिंग सर. मेरा डाउट ये था कि सर जब भी हम पीवाई क्यूज करते हैं तो उसके जो पीवाई टीज हैं हमें वो एक पे फोकस करना है. जैसे टीजीए का क्वेश्चन आया है तो हमें सिर्फ टीजीए इन डेप्थ पढ़ना है कि पूरा ए साइनोटिक और साइनोटिक पूरा टॉपिक मेन नोट से पढ़ना
नहीं
है.
तो
एंड
टीजीए में भी लिसन, टीजी साइनोटिक ए साइनोटिक तो पूरा ब्रॉड टॉपिक हो गया, वो नहीं पढ़ना है. ठीक है, टीजीए में भी आपका क्या, व्हाट यू डिड रॉन्ग, matlab the question was asked regarding egg on string appearance and you did it wrong, then it's a blunder. Okay, then you have to see all the appearances of the heart ki egg on string isme hai, theek hai, boot shaped heart isme hai, you need to see that all. But if you are getting a question in detail of TGA wrong, theek hai, that particular question in a detail of TGA, then just you need to see that part in the TGA. Okay, no need to see entire heart disease. But if you're getting a gross question wrong, like which can confuse you, like in the options the egg on string was given, and in options it was given one option was TGA, one option was matlab
बूट
other
शेप या
diseases
कोई.
of the acyanotic or cyanotic heart diseases, then you it should ring a bell कि मेरा ये question अगर इतना basic गलत हुआ, then I have to study the entire topic obviously.
ओके सर, तो बाकी ऑप्शंस के पीवाईटीज करने चाहिए ना.
हाँ, बाकी ऑप्शंस के पीवाईटीज करने चाहिए if they are also important. Okay,
एंड
like
सर वो
it's
एनोटेट करने में और ऐड करने में थोड़ा टाइम जा रहा है,
हाँ,
तो
so
मतलब
that's
है
what I told you.
सफिशिएंट टाइम
Annotate
बट.
और add करने में अभी you will take time. So what you can do, you can just write it in one point. Okay, like if you got this question wrong, so you just write it in one point. कि boot shaped heart is seen in this, swan neck appearance is seen in this. Okay, just write it in one point separately on a sticky note and just stick that.
ओके सर, एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन की व्हाट ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स टू डू ओनली फ्रॉम बीटीआर एंड पीवाईक्यूज एंड व्हाट ऑल फ्रॉम आरआर एंड पीवाईक्यूज.
See, it will not, it will be a long list of topics and all if I will discuss that. So matlab it's not like that. If you have studied something from a particular source, just do that. Don't now think that I should cover this subject from this subject from this. From this is the time from wherever you have studied. Just previous year question you have to do. Okay, that is the mandatory thing. Rest notes, whatever you have done, whatever you have not done, that doesn't matter. You have to just write in bullet points whatever things you are getting wrong from PYQs, because this way you will never be able to complete anything. Okay, now it's not the time to cover anything extra, it's just time to revise the things that you have done.
ओके सर, आई हैव सफिशिएंट टाइम बट
Raj,
टू सोर्सेस चलेगा ना सर फॉर लास्ट रिवीजन.
हाँ, सी व्हाट आई ऑल्सो डिड वाज कि मेरे पास बीटीआर भी था, मैं आरआर भी था, बट आई हाईलाइटेड द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स इन द आरआर. सो आई जस्ट स्टडीड द बीटीआर quickly and just saw the highlighted parts. If you have highlighted something, like you have 400 pages notes but you have highlighted only two points on a particular page, then it will take less time. And if you have, even if you have 50-page notes and you are studying the entire thing, that will take more time. So that the time does not depend on the on how much you have to cover. The time will depend on how well you have studied before. Those all things will matter. You, what all you remember, that will matter. What all you have highlighted, that will matter. So you have to
गॉट इट
decide
सर,
that.
यस.
That will be very very individualistic.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू.
Raj Nandini, please go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening, Akhil sir. So, मेरा डाउट ये है कि I have studied earlier from RR, then I switched to BTR. तो in the meanwhile मेरे को RR कुछ याद नहीं है. मैंने आपके चैनल से PYQ सॉल्व करने की कोशिश की थी but left midway. तो currently I have an okay grip on BTR and like as you said कि हमें एक बार में एक चीज रिवाइज करनी है, तो how would for
Okay.
example I take
So
माइक्रो का
uh,
एक दिन. सॉरी सर टू इंटरप्ट यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमने माइक्रो एक दिन लिया कि आज मुझे माइक्रो रिवाइज करना, तो आपने जैसे बोला कि उसका एक वो बनाओ, स्टिकी बनाओ, तो मतलब सारे टॉपिक्स के कैसे स्टिकी बनेंगे,
नहीं,
मतलब आई एम
सारे
नॉट
टॉपिक से
गेटिंग.
नहीं, सारे टॉपिक से नहीं. सी, इन माइक्रो इफ यू आर स्टडिंग, ठीक है, पहले तो आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था कि आरआर. You now in your case I will suggest don't go for RR because you don't remember anything, you have not highlighted anything in that, so it will be a
यस
waste of time now to study RR. Okay,
यस, आई
it
एम
will
नॉट
be a waste of
हाईलाइटेड
time.
इट. या
You are, if you're okay with BTR now, then go for
यस सर,
BTR. Okay,
यस सर, आई एम फाइन.
master BTR, only and only highlight and annotate in BTR. Or if you are finding ki matlab you have to open, like I had to soft copy notes, so it was easier for me to open, है ना. And if you are finding ki it will take me time to open every subject and then annotate, then you can simply make a sticky note of that and just stick that, ठीक है. And the other question that you had ki micro का, so at this point obviously I will not recommend कि आप सारे topics कैसे करो. द टॉपिक्स दैट यू आर फेसिंग डिफिकल्टी, ठीक है, जैसे आप माइक्रो पढ़ रहे हो, उसके अंदर देर आर कल्चर मीडियाज, ओके, 15 कल्चर मीडियाज. आई यूज टू गेट कंफ्यूज्ड कि कौन कौन सा बोरेलिया का कौन सा होगा, ठीक है, और लीजियोनेला का कौन सा होगा. तो ये वाले जो कंफ्यूजिंग है, अब लीजियोनेला का कौन सा होगा, बोरेलिया का कौन सा होगा, ये आपको कंफ्यूज करेंगे. स्टैफ का, स्ट्रेप्ट का, ठीक है, या ई कोलाई का, ऑल दोज यू हैव स्टडीड सो मेनी टाइम्स बिफोर, and in exams even if you remember less you will be able to answer, but the confusing ones are, ठीक है, leptospira, borrelia, है ना, और ये these three used to confuse me कि इनका क्या क्या होगा, because the names are similar and culture media names also similar, so I used to get confused. So I just made a trick कि हाँ इसको ऐसे खत्म करना है. So I just used to write कि ये तीन from the entire culture media, just write three organisms and their three culture media, that's it. And just you, if you will revise that before going to bed, just analyze ki you will have confidence that you have covered your and you have revised your entire notes. Without revising entire notes, even in the last few days, if you have suppose 3 hours for micro, okay, you have 3 hours for micro, you will be able to revise those things that you were underconfident or you did wrong, and that will give you confidence. Not revising entire notes will give you confidence, but you should be confident कि हाँ मेरे को इसमें ये नहीं आता था. If I have revised this, then I have revised the entire notes. Motility, if you are facing कि twitching motility मेरे को याद नहीं रहता, just write that, ठीक है. या फिर स्ट्रेप्ट और स्टैफ के क्लासिफिकेशन में मेरे को अल्फा हिमोलिटिक, बीटा हिमोलिटिक में कौन से ऑर्गेनिज्म आता है, आई कैन नॉट रिमेंबर दैट. कैंप पॉजिटिव कौन सा होता है, रिवर्स कैंप पॉजिटिव कौन सा होता है, आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिमेंबर दैट. जस्ट राइट दैट. I have also demonstrated that beautifully in my Choti Copy Micro that I have posted in my Telegram channel.
Yes,
You can
yes.
see that how I have written particular thing that I found ki I will go wrong in this or I can go wrong in this. I just write that particular point.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू सर, मतलब आप ये सजेस्ट कर रहे हो कि एक सब्जेक्ट उठाओ, उसके पीवाईटीज को पहले टैकल करना है, एंड इफ देयर इज एनी डिफिकल्टी उनको सॉर्ट आउट करो एंड देन गो फॉर उस सब्जेक्ट के बाकी चीजों पे.
Yes.
Okay, so if we are have a good grip on PYTs, then we'll able to eliminate options and have a better chance.
Yeah. And you have to focus on your confusing topics and the topics you are facing difficulty.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Pranay.
Sir, am
Hello.
I?
Yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, my questions are only two, sir. How to plan these 30 days? If I am doing main notes plus BTR, I'm good at somehow 70%, sir. I'm not at all confident in those two also. How to plan last 10 days before giving INI? If I am reading main notes and BTR, what should I read before 10 days?
Okay.
And that's the one thing. And second one is how to plan, how to manage anxiety, sir. Suppose I have written today's mock, marrow mock, sir.
Yes.
Somehow on the third section or fourth section, I feel little bit anxiety about time management or whatever it is. At the end of the exam, I felt not yet satisfied, sir.
Okay.
Uh,
Not satisfied with the recalls or not satisfied with time.
with
You are not
anxiety,
able to
with the
complete.
anxiety management, sir. I have got 5K rank in November, sir.
Okay.
And that day also, I have somewhat health issues, sir. So I can't able to manage that anxiety. That the satisfaction I got today is not the good thing. How to handle anxiety, sir?
See, first I will deal you with second question. My internship ended in April. Okay, April 2024. है ना? So I started. मतलब I was preparing before. It was not that I was not preparing at all. But during internship, I was not able to prepare well. So in May, I also got 3K rank. Okay, I
Yes,
got
sir.
3K rank in May because I just studied 1 month before. And definitely, see, if you have not studied well, na, then
Yes,
so
sir.
there is nothing magic will happen on the day of exam ki you will be able to do everything correct. I was not able to study at that time, so I was not able to perform well in exam. ठीक है. दूसरी
Yes, sir.
चीज ये है कि when I knew कि हाँ मतलब after giving me INI I realized कि okay all these things are lacking in me. ठीक है, I need to focus on these areas, I need to focus on these subjects. Then I started building. Then gradually while preparing I just thought कि अच्छा मेरे को time management में difficulty, so as I told you time management में difficulty है. I saw कि pre PG I solved 3 months मतलब before my exam. I solved for 3 months. I solved daily test on pre PG, not for testing me. It was
Yes,
not
sir.
at all for testing me. It was just कि final day of exam पे जो मेरे को आता हो, I will attempt that. It should not happen कि I am not able to attempt that. ठीक है, that should not happen. So I
Yes,
used that thing. ठीक है. Then another thing, I was facing difficulty in recalling the stuffs. So for recalling the stuffs, as I told you, I did not did these things before. Okay, I
yes, sir.
did these things afterwards. So I just thought and sat ki matlab what exactly I have to focus. So these all things came कि हाँ I have to focus exactly on these points. मेरे को ये पूरा टॉपिक आता था, but why I went wrong in this question?
Yes, sir.
That's the question you have to ask yourself. ठीक है? If you
Yes,
are
sir.
facing anxiety in while solving exam, then see you have you everyone faces, and some anxiety is good also. Okay, you have to face some anxiety, some adrenaline rush should be there. Then only you will be alert and you will be active for attempting the exam like it's your matlab, like you have to give your best in the exam. Okay, just think that. If you have any other thoughts, okay, just during the paper, if you are reading the question again and again and you are lost somewhere, okay, then
Yes, sir.
just you have to pause for 30 seconds. Okay, pause for 30 seconds or skip that question.
Yes, sir.
Just skip that whenever you feel like you are struggling in this question and your brain is again reading the question again reading it, just skip that question. Just close your eyes for 10 seconds. Okay, just see, okay, I didn't knew this question, no worries, better luck next time. I will try the next question with my full attempt. Okay, just think that you have
Yes,
to
sir.
see every question as a fresh question and do not carry the baggage of the previous question. That is
Yes,
very, very necessary. That way you will avoid the anxiety. Okay.
yes, sir.
And regarding your first question, see, so I also did many things from my main notes. So like in anatomy, microbiology, okay, and in 6, 7 subjects, I followed my main notes only. Why I followed the main note at last time also? Because I was very confident and I revised them before well, and I highlighted the stuff in them. So even the micro notes, this that was a full copy. Like I told you, na, that was a full copy of 200 pages. But
Yes, sir.
I had highlighted the stuff that I used to forget, and it will be easier for me to revise that than BTR. Okay, in that part.
Yes, sir.
But if you are not confident, like I was not confident in surgery, I was not confident in obs gynae. So I just did what I just did the revision notes in them. ठीक है कि यार इसमें मेरे को उतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था मतलब not in the last 10 days मतलब I did them before also revision notes, but I just revised them. So whichever source you feel at this point, just analyze and write down. I also wrote down कि I have to do these things from this thing. I skipped many things from BTR because I knew कि मेरे को main notes और RR में मैंने ये अच्छे से कर लिया है. So what's the need to do BTR in that?
Yes,
I
sir.
did
Yes.
BTR in that things कि I was not confident. ठीक है कि मेरे को confidence नहीं था पहले. So I did BTR in those things. So
Yes.
that's how you need to plan yourself, and that will be very very individualistic. How मतलब how when you know your main notes, I don't know that. ठीक है.
Yes.
One of my senior, she got a great rank and she studied only main notes. She didn't study RR or BTR, which are so much, but she had highlighted her notes beautifully. So she was able to revise one page in 10 seconds. So that's how it matters.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Sir, my question
Uh,
is, my GP is
yes, please go
my
ahead. I was just asking this question that how many years of PYQs one should target now, because there are a
Okay.
couple of questions around that.
Okay.
Please,
So
Sao,
see,
you can go after this.
now what you can do is I will tell two groups of people. Okay, so if you have solved the questions once, then you what you need to do, you need to go on my Telegram channel, type the subject that you are looking for, and in that which topic you are facing difficulty. So in the topic that which you are facing difficulty, na, you solve all the questions of that topic from my Telegram channel. It's approximately 10 years of AIMS questions. Okay, and in the things that you feel you are confident, even if you don't solve the questions, there is no need. And if you have not solved questions previously, then simply just take Marrow or any other platform and just solve PYQs from 2021. Okay, 2021 से 2024 तक के आप सारे INICET के PYQs करो if you have not done anything before. Because if you will now do topic wise PYQ now, if you have not done before and you will do now, then it will be a burden, because in topic wise PYQ you will find many questions from past 10 years, so that will be more on you. If you have done before, then use that strategy. Okay, and if you have not done, then just solve year wise PYQs, subject wise PYQs from 2021 till now.
Okay. Sahu, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
My question is, my GT score are consistently low, and I'm a dropper. And shall I make the GT mistake sticky notes, which I already made? Shall I include like
So,
I'm getting incorrect in the staging of cancer or tension pneumothorax? These are the basic things I'm getting in,
mm.
like I'm getting wrong.
See, so if you're getting these basic things wrong, then what you need to do is, see, if you have made GT copy and you are able to revise, then that's good. But I will not recommend anyone now to make their GT copies and analyze that and those things. Because whenever you make a copy ना, see how our brain works is that आपको जितना ज्यादा दिखेगा आप उतना ज्यादा कवर करने का ट्राई करोगे, ठीक है. Like in third fourth year you see the entire videos of Marrow or any other thing, you see the books, you try to cover them, ठीक है. And now you see RRBTR, you try to cover them, ठीक है. If I will see a small sticky note, ठीक है, what my brain will think कि I have to, the entire from the entire topic I have to just see the thing, or I have to make gist of within 3 points, ठीक है. मेरे को इतने से पे कवर करना है everything that I need to know. So your brain works, and you have to also work in that manner, है ना. You have to filter down the things in your brain. The things जितना ज्यादा सिंपल रहेंगी चीजें उतना ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा. जितना ज्यादा बड़ा, जितना ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रहेगा उतना ज्यादा बेकार रहेगा. अब जीटी में से मतलब आई ऑल्सो यूज टू डू द सेम मिस्टेक इन द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ इंटर्नशिप. आई यूज टू मेक अ जीटी कॉपी एंड आई यूज टू राइट द एंटायर, मतलब जो भी टॉपिक आता था उसके बारे में सारा कुछ लिख लिया. बट दैट विल नॉट हेल्प बिकॉज यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू रिवाइज दैट, ठीक है. सो यू नीड टू जस्ट सी द जीटी क्वेश्चन, दैट टॉपिक यू डिड रॉन्ग. इफ द टॉपिक इज
Hello. Is Akhil audible to all of you? Stuck, yeah. I'm also not able to hear him. I think he has some network issue. I'll just check with him. And I'm so sorry to all of you. It's already, we are 30 minutes ahead. अगर किसी के कोई भी questions रह जा रहे हैं, you can reach out to Akhil or anybody from Salah and they will help you out. But we have to close it in few minutes. एक minute, I'll just check with him. Oh, this recording, I think all of you are already part of the group we have created. The reason to create that group is to facilitate any information. आप mute पे हो अखिल. To facilitate that information with all of you. So एक बार ये हो जाएगा, within 2 or 3 days we will share the recording with you and the link will be shared in that WhatsApp group and your email. So please have a look on that. अखिल आप continue कर लीजिए.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, my phone got switched off. Yeah, so can you please repeat who was asking the question, and can you please repeat your question?
GT mistake copy method.
So I told you na कि you don't, if you have made the copy then it's fine, but now you just see these things, because revising a different copy will add to your burden. Okay, you have to spare half an hour or 1 hour daily extra, that will add to your burden कि GT की copy अलग से revise करनी है, फिर important कोई topics उनको अलग से revise करना है. just don't bulk up with you that ठीक है you solve the GT, you have 50 mistakes, just analyze those things कि 50 में से 20 में आपको दिक्कत आ रही है कि हाँ you were not able to remember those things, just write those. जो 10 to 15 आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि एकदम irrelevant है GT में से, just don't do that. And at this point, don't take GT scores too seriously or GT questions too seriously. Please don't do that, okay? Because GTs में बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस डिफर करेंगे, अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म पे डिफर करेंगे, ठीक है? आपने किसी प्लेटफॉर्म से पढ़ा है, दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप करोगे, देन यू विल फेस डिफिकल्टी. So you just have to attempt GT with a simple mindset. What should be that mindset? I have to complete the entire 200 questions, ठीक है? और 45 minutes में I have to cover 50 questions. That should be your mindset कि I have to manage my time in that. I have to manage my anxiety in that. I have to feel the exam atmosphere in that. GT is not for the purpose at this time, especially it is not for the purpose of testing you, or it is not for the purpose कि आप you analyze or over analyze yourself. It is not that. ठीक है? Just see कि exam के अंदर how GT can help you by these three things. Okay, it will provide you the similar environment. You will be able to better handle the anxiety or better manage the time. That's what is necessary while attempting a paper, because in paper you never know what questions will be asked. Okay, might be the questions are from the topics that you have studied well. So
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, but I have to end this call now because we are already 30 minutes ahead of time. So Akhil is available for
Just
mentorship.
last
अगर
doubt
किसी का कोई
regarding
रह गया तो
neuroflip.
talk to them.
Sir has mentioned. Just ma'am, last doubt.
yeah,
Sorry.
just last doubt. Okay, we
You
will take the
mentioned
last
about
doubt.
neuroflip. Yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned about neuroflip. So like I tried to use the free feature of capsule and some pharmac drug of choice. But if we are having pearls, custom modules, so is it necessary to use? Yeah, what's different in that? Can you
See,
explain? Because
no,
it's
no.
very burdensome and we feel FOMO also. Ki we missed using this or
No,
that.
actually, I recommended that you should see basically all the resources that you have. Na, what's the main agenda of any resource that you use? It doesn't matter the number of resources that you use, okay? But how well you utilize that and how well you cover the important thing from that. Okay, so the thing is, it is in the flashcard format. Okay, so you will not feel additional burden. There is no burden to complete that like notes or a PYQs that you have to complete it entirely. And another thing is that there are PYQs question, especially on the homepage. If you will go there, an INICT and need based flashcards. So what is there? There is nothing different. Okay, if there would have been anything different, I would not have told. Okay, the same things are there. Okay, the same questions from the NEET, even I have made some flashcards, so the same things are there in INICT PYQ deck. If you will see, or in NEET PEG PYQ deck, you will see, you will find the same questions that you have attempted before, but you will again, you might go wrong in that. Okay, so it's just doing the same things in a different manner so that you feel interested. So what I used to do, it was never a part of my main structure of the day. Okay, it was flashcards. These were never part of my main structure of the day. It was just when I had time. ठीक है, अभी मेरे lunch break हुआ. Suppose मतलब lunch break नहीं होता. You take your lunch break. Then after that you feel कि I am not feeling कि let's study something or that, and you solve some flashcards. ठीक है, and you realize, oh मेरे को तभी ये नहीं आता, अच्छा ठीक है ये नहीं आता, and it's just in a fun way that you solve. ठीक है, even I made some of my own flashcards on Anki or also. ठीक है, so it's just the purpose is same. The purpose for me was I have to cover the most important topics, no matter from मतलब no matter from wherever I cover. Okay, I have to adjust them in my day. Like I was talking about pre-pay. So what I used to do, it was not that I buy any subscription from that or anything that. Okay, daily test was free. After having dinner, I used to feel bored, so I just gave 30 minutes test. That's it. सो इट वॉज नॉट
And
पार्ट ऑफ माई डे कि मेरे को ये करना ही है. इट शुड नॉट करना ही है, मैंने आपको बता दिया. इट शुड बी PYQs और योर रैपिड रिवीजन और बीटीआर दैट यू हैव डन. ओके, दीज ऑल थिंग्स इफ यू फाइंड कि हाँ मेरे को पूरे दिन भर इनसे पढ़ के बोर होता है, इफ यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट कि हाँ भाई मेरे को सिर्फ यही है, तो फिर ठीक है, देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. इवन इफ यू आर डूइंग सम अदर थिंग, देन दैट शुड सप्लीमेंट दीज थिंग्स.
In the question, the people who are asking about the GT score stuck, there is just one personal suggestion to all of you, because GT score is a very personal score. Somebody is scoring less, or they are stuck because of reason XYZ, and that reason can be different from another people. So if you one general approach or advice won't able to help you much, to give you a very realistic advice that how to improve from your stuck GT score, you first need to look at your GT score, the kind of mistakes you are making, and which are your weaker areas. And then only Akhil or any mentor will able to help you out. So if you want that thing to happen, आपको एक बार अखिल से अलग से बात करनी पड़ेगी, तभी अखिल को आपकी स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस समझ आएगी, और कहाँ आप गलती कर रहे हो वो समझ आएगी. अगर वो ही समझ नहीं आएगा तो वो आपकी हेल्प कैसे करेगा जीटी स्कोर स्टक वाले पार्ट में, बिकॉज ही हैज नो बैकग्राउंड अबाउट यू, और आपने कितना करा है, किस रीजन से स्टक है. तो द स्टक पार्ट, it's a really very personal thing, and if you really want a help on that, you can talk to him later after this session. Akhil, one last question. I think
Yeah.
Bhavi is asking back to back. Last 10 days revision plan and what to do and what not to do. I think you have already covered for 30 minutes, but 10
Yeah.
days ka is something
ठीक
different.
है. See, so last 10 days the revision plan, as I told you, will depend on what you have covered. ठीक है. मतलब my idea was also that कि in the last 10 days, it was not that I studied for my notes from starting to end. That was never the case. I thought of doing that, but on the first day only I realized कि it's not possible. If even if you have studied well, even if you have covered a short source, ठीक है, you will take more time. Okay, the time that you take to cover a particular thing, you must have realized during your entire preparation, is more than the time you actually thought. Okay, so that is the law of the nature. Okay, where whatever मतलब you think कि मेरा ये काम इतने टाइम हो जाएगा, that will never happen. So you have to filter out things. ठीक है, you have to filter, like in the hospital also. ठीक है, so many patients come, we are not able to do all the scans, so we just filter out कि हाँ ये patients important है, तो ये तो करने ही है. So we first do that. ठीक है. So in the last 10 days also, suppose you have allotted half day for microbiology, or you have allotted 1 day for surgery, or 2 days for surgery, 2 days for obs gynae. ठीक है, depends on how comfortable you are with that subject. ठीक है, so you have allotted that. Now you will start your day. Okay, you will start micro first topic you will cover in entire detail in half an hour. Then second topic you will cover. After covering half of micro, you will realize that only 10% time is left, and then you will not be able to cover that. So intelligent way of covering is, you just see, अच्छा इतना सारा है मेरे पास, first I will cover those areas or those topics from my BTR or from my RR which I am not confident. लाइक आई न्यू कल्चर मीडिया पे क्वेश्चन आना है, माइक्रो का वन स्टूडेंट आस्क, कल्चर मीडिया पे क्वेश्चन आना है, आना ही है. ठीक है, तो उसमें कोई डाउट ही नहीं है. तो आई विल जस्ट ओपन माई माइक्रो नोट्स, आई विल जस्ट फर्स्ट स्टडी द कल्चर मीडिया, एंड इन दैट ऑल्सो आई विल नॉट वेस्ट टाइम इन एंटायर टेबल. I will just study those 4 5 organisms in which I have confusion, and my that table is complete. Then I will go to the step classification. Okay, that is complete. Then some other disease, like in that mosquitoes के बारे में याद नहीं रहता, so I will cover that anopheles, aedes and all, and I am done with that. ठीक है, so like that I have covered the subject in tits and bits. ठीक है, the important part that I feel and I am not confident about, I have covered them. Now after doing this, you will realize that half of your time is over, and 80% of your subject is remaining. But there is, मतलब it's good if you do from starting to end. But if you have done these things, at least you have confidence inside you कि हाँ मैंने जो most important part था वो अब मैंने cover कर लिया है, मेरे notes का जो मुझे भूलता था वो मैंने cover कर लिया है. ठीक है, and that will be personal to you. ठीक है, some things are general, कि वो जो आप BTR में भी छोटी कॉपी देखोगे उसमें मैम बताती है, those things are general, those are forgettable to everyone. ठीक है, but the important thing that are forgettable to you, you have to highlight them specifically in your notes. ठीक है, I have posted some of my notes also. So in that, I used to just highlight those things. Okay, so you have to revise in that manner. And even something is left. Suppose if 30% of your subject has left, ठीक है, you are not able to cover it. So just leave that. Just think कि ठीक है इसमें से आ गया तो ठीक है, I will be able to answer it. मतलब और अगर नहीं भी करा तो कोई बात नहीं है, क्योंकि the syllabus is so huge. You should be confident in those things that you have covered well.
I think let's just end it here now. It's already 11. So thank you all for joining in. Recording will be shared with all of you in the WhatsApp group or via email. And yes, thank you, Akhil. Thank you for having this wonderful session. And if all of you have any question or any doubt, feel free to drop us a text there.
And thank you so much for all your love and all your blessings to me. And it also motivates me and it also encourages me to help you all in any possible manner that I can do. And I try to help maximum number of people. I try to answer to maximum number of people that I can. My residence is also going. So out of that, whatever time I can take, I will take for all of you and will help you in these last few days. So, very, very thank you and all the best to all of you. And may you perform very well in your exams. And please don't forget to give me your inputs after your exams so that I can be better in future and help you all in all possible ways. Thank you so much.
All the very best to all of you.
All the
We are
best. All
here
the
for all
best.
of you.
Yeah.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.